All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Romans 12 and 2. It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh." Because that's the only way to be a brother of Yahweh Shai, is to do the will of the Most High. And in order to do the will of the Most High, you gotta be transformed in your mind. Let's go ahead and get that in the NLT. And a time is coming right now. We're in that time where the Lord is separating the wicked from the good, so to speak. The wicked from the righteous. The wheat and the tares, the goats and the sheep. So that's what you call a separation, man. We're in a time of, we're always in a time, but now even greater, we're in a time of great sifting. The Lord is sifting out the undesirables and the unwanted, and the Lord's putting His Spirit heavy on His elect, man. So the elect, to put on there for the elect, those men are going to go harder for this truth as the days get more and more perilous. But let's get this in the NLT. This is where's it at? It says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world." And if you look at the world today, it's nothing to be idolized. If you're in the spirit, there's nothing to be idolized or it's nothing to be admired. The behaviors of this world are disgraceful. They're against the commandments and laws of the Most High. They're against moral good. They're against health. They're against everything, man. They promote death. So the behaviors of the world ultimately promote death. There's nothing to be admired to being like a nigger, to being like a spick, to being like these 2/3 out here. There's nothing in them to be admired, man. And you're seeing that. The Lord is exposing the shame and stupidity of these 2/3, man. Their actions are being exposed as stupid, disgusting, shameful. Basically they're being exposed for the sellouts that they are. So there's nothing to be admired or idolized like the world does. There's a disgrace about the Lord's putting a heavy disgrace on these 2/3, man. And when ultimately all Israel will be saved, but when those men are in the kingdom, there's gonna be a shame on them for a moment of time because of that. So let's go ahead and get this in the NLT again. It says Romans 12 and 2. It says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let Yahweh transform you into a new person." It said, let Yahweh transform you into a new person, as done by taking heed into His word. It says, "Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect." So that's what it is, man. Because to go the contrary is to defile yourself. And a thing defiled is hated by the Lord. Let's go ahead and get Leviticus 18 and 30. This is Leviticus 18 and 30. And it says, well, I'll start at verse it's a lot. I'll start at verse 26, and it says, "Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations." What abominations? The abominations of the people that surrounded the Israelites. It says, "Neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled, because the customs and practices of the land was defiled." And we're living in a land defiled here in America, here in Babylon the Great. It says, where was I? "For all these abominations," 27, "have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. It says that the land spew not you out also, when ye defile it, as it is spewed out the nations that were before you. It says, and this is the point I wanted to get. It said, for whosoever shall commit any abominations, even the souls that commit them, shall be cut off from among my people. You know, the Lord ain't going to remember you in that day, man. And ultimately, all Israel going to be saved. But the Lord separated in that day as well, in those ancient days as well. He separated those that follow him and those that did not. And he's going to do a great separation of that in the times to come. You know, the elect and the 1/3 are going to be separated for salvation, and the 2/3 are going to be separated for destruction. It says, therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, and that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs. And that's the ways of the world, man. The practices and customs of this world, which were committed before you, and that ye not defile yourselves therein, I am the Lord your power. So, you know, that the ways of the world defile you, man. And to be defiled before the Most High is to be casted out. So let's go ahead and get Ephesians 2:2. This is Ephesians. Because we were all in a state of defilement, unacceptable to the Most High, not pleasing towards Him. This is Ephesians 2:2, and it says, wherein times past you walked according to the course of this world. You know, we said we gotta be not conformed to the world. We were once conformed to that world, man. We were once walking through the course of this world. We were once doing the abominations of the land around us, of the people around us, according to the prince of the power of the air, of the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. That's the influence of Esau, Edom, and his wickedness upon all the nations and people. The philosophy of wine that he made all the peoples drink. That's found in the book of Revelation and other parts of the scripture. It says, among whom also we all had our conversation. That word conversation goes into conduct. In times past, in the lust of our flesh, the fulfilling desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. Instead of the mind, because the mind controls your actions, your thoughts, your spirit, man, your mindset. You know, always like talking about mindset. Basically, mindset is the way that you constantly think. That you can have a mindset that leads you to righteousness, or a mindset that's hell-bent on wickedness, man. And we know people like that. You know, we know people, man. I know family members and so-called acquaintances that are new in the world, and their mindset is just constantly, you know, like a book in Genesis says, you know, their thoughts were continually evil. That's their fucking mindset, man. And that mindset is permeating throughout the whole world today. It's just constantly evil. How can we do evil? What can be more evil? Let's be more evil. And the Lord's exposing all that and putting disgrace and shame on these people, man, through the prophets. It says, but Yahweh, who is rich in mercy, for his great love, whereas he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, has quickened us together with Yahweh Shai. By grace you are saved. You know, so it's a grace to know the truth. You know, we don't know that we're saved yet, because the Scripture said, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. You know, and it's all according to predestination. You know, but for now we know that we have a potential opportunity to become the elect. And that's why we fight and strive and continue to work like we do. It's in Colossians 12 and let's see what it is, 12th chapter, I think it is. So let me see here. That ain't it. You know, and this is right here, but it had the foul state and that abominable state that we were once in. We were technically enemies of the Most High, and that's what 2/3 of our people are. They're enemies of the Most High. The Lord destroys his enemies. And the Lord's going to destroy his enemies with that nuclear fire, man, and the burning laser beams from the chariots, you know, to those 2/3 of Israel. Well, like I said, ultimately we got to clarify it. They will be brought back in the kingdom as the children and offspring of the elect. But let's get this Colossians 1:22. It says, and you were sometimes alienated and enemies. And that word alias, I think, it's become strangers. To alienate, to estrange, to be shut out from one's fellowship and intimacy. So, we didn't have that connection with the Most High as we do now. It says, in your mind by wicked works. So wicked works make you an enemy and make you loss of intimacy with the Most High. That's the condition of our 2/3 of our people. Yet now, as He reconciled, and to be reconciled is to be called back to our heritage, to be called back to the law, statutes, commandments, to be called back to having a spirit of understanding the scriptures and pleasing the Lord. It's in the body of His flesh to death, to present you holy and unblameable and reprovable in His sight. And that's why Yahweh Shai, He died first and foremost. He sacrificed Himself first and foremost for the elect. It says, if you continue in the faith, grounded and settled, so you got to establish yourself in this truth, man. You got to be unmovable, unshakable, basically like a pole in the cement, man. Withstanding all conditions. It says, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel, which ye have heard. And people are getting moved away through false doctrines and false ideologies that you see popping up all over the place as we continue on in these days. Which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is in heaven, whereof I Paul am made minister. So Paul understood all this, man. He understood the nature and mindset of the Israelite foreigner, or those that were woken up to know their heritage, because he was called to be a preacher. He was called to be a teacher to what they call the Gentiles, and that's not talking about the other nations. It's talking about those people that took on the customs and practices and the wicked practices. I gotta clarify that, of the Gentiles around them, which made them in the mindset of Gentiles. Because the Scripture said, once you were once Gentiles. Let's go ahead and get that. So he understood these things, man. He understood the mentality of the people around them. It's a lot. Yeah. 1 Corinthians 12. Where is it at? It's 1 Corinthians 12:2. It says, and you know that you were Gentiles carried away into dumb battles, even as you were led. He's speaking about those Israelites in that worldly mind state, conformed to this world, enemies of the Most High. So this walking in the ways of this world make you enemies of the Most High, and by contrast, walking with the Most High makes you enemies of the world. Let's get 1 John 2:15. This is the 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things of the world. If any man of the world, the love of the Father is not in him, you're an enemy of the Most High. For all that is in the world, the lust of flesh, and lust of life, lust of eyes, and pride of life, is not of the Father, but of the world. See that? So it says, so if you're in the world, so to speak, or following the ways, fashions, and practices of the world, the love of the Father is not in you. Is by default that makes you His enemy, as you read in Colossians, or the previous scripture that we just got. What was it? What is this right here? 1 Corinthians 12:2. So let's go to Matthew, the 10th chapter. Well, not Matthew, the 10th chapter of 1 John 3:13. It said, marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. So either the Lord's going to hate you and count you as an enemy for being in His world, because the carnal mind is the enmity against the Most High, or the world's going to hate you for the Lord. So either way, that's what it is, man. And which one would you rather choose? The Scripture talking about, choose ye this day whom you shall serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So that basically, that's what it is. That's the separation. Those that are conformed to this world and those that are seeking to please the Most High through His Son, Yahweh Shai. But with that being said, just a real quick lesson here at the plantation. Most High, will and hope is edifying. With that, we give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Wakah Kodash Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Brothers keep on pushing. Shalom.